But every report on Salusa Secundus says SS is a hell world, undoubtedly. But if you are going to raise tough, strong, ferocious men, what environmental conditions would you impose on them? How could you win the loyalty of such men? There are proven ways, play on certain knowledge of their superiority, the mystique of secret covenant, the esprit of shared suffering. It can be done. It has been done on many worlds in many times. From Dune, by Frank Herbert. This short fragment of conversation between Paul Atreides and his father Duke Leto sheds some light upon the Padishah Emperor's favored soldiers, the dreaded Sardaukar. Having watched the new movie and read the book it is based on, it is impossible not to see similarities between them and warrior fanatics of another emperor from a different universe, the Adeptus Astartes of the Warhammer 40,000. Let us explore these parallels. Unbeknownst to, but suspected by the people of Dune universe, the Sardaukar come from the planet of Salusa Secundus, its environmental conditions compared to those on Arrakis, meaning hostile to human life, where only the strongest survive. It is a prison planet, where violent criminals are contained, at least that is the official line. Its true purpose, as the recruitment ground of Sardaukar, is kept secret. In 40k, death worlds are the preferred source of recruits for the Space Marines, places where survival is a never-ending struggle against the odds, although drawing neophytes from criminals is not unusual. Many of the Night Lords were murderers of the worst kind, and the Luna Wolves preferred to recruit vicious gangers of Chthoniya, which probably speaks volumes about crime rates on their homeworlds, since the implantation of the Astartes gene seed and organs must begin before the subjects reach physical maturity. In the same way, the selection and training of Sardaukar start at a very young age. The grueling training regimen and hellish conditions of their planet sees nearly half of them dead before reaching the age of 11. Those who survive become the finest warriors the universe has ever seen, whose skill in combat is second to none. Except the Fremen, but that is beside the point. But it is not just their skill in combat that makes them so terrifying. It takes more than hellish conditions and unforgiving training to make a Sardaukar or a Space Marine. After all, they are called warrior fanatics for a reason. Intense indoctrination instills blind loyalty and obedience that reach levels of almost religious fervor. Though most Space Marines do not see the Emperor of Mankind as a god, with some notable exceptions. Secret rituals of sometimes mystical nature bring men together and create strong bonds of brotherhood, and few things create a stronger bond than shared suffering. A common experience of loss and pain, both physical and psychological, turn these soldiers into a unified force. But all of this comes at a cost. It strips them of their humanity. They know no love, have no sympathy for a fellow human. They will fight any foe with little concern for their own lives, slaughter thousands without hesitation and losing no sleep over the suffering they have caused. They do not even need a reason to do this. There are no questions of a just cause or greater good. Simply knowing that it is the will of the Emperor is enough. No sacrifice is too great, no atrocity unjustified, no quarter given or expected. Although not clad in bulky power armor and lacking the 8-foot-tall gene-enhanced physique of the Astartes, the Sardaukar are just as dread and awe-inspiring, perhaps even more so. How is it possible, you may ask? How can mere mortals be more terrifying than fear made manifest that are the Space Marines? Allow me to elaborate. In the 40k universe, the Space Marines are a myth, at least to the majority of Imperial citizens. Just a legend propagated by the High Lords of Terra to keep them in line, a bedtime story to make children obedient. But the Sardaukar are very real in the minds of people of Dune universe. The threat of the legions descending upon them keeps the great houses of the Landsraad in check. You may say that's exactly what the legend of Astartes does for the Imperium. How many worlds are kept loyal out of fear of the angels of death bringing the Emperor's wrath on them? That is true. But how many still stray away from the Emperor's light, believing that the Space Marines are not real, and that even if they are, their prowess is greatly exaggerated? Just look what happened to Krieg. On top of that, most enemies faced by the Space Marines are either resistant or entirely immune to fear, due to their alien nature, lack of souls, superior training, or they simply enjoy the fight too much. But the Sardaukar face mere humans, and few of them go through the training that allows them to control the instinctual reaction of fear, or have the mental fortitude to ignore it. Despite small differences, the Sardaukar and Space Marines are very much the same. Warriors of supreme skill who know no fear, no mercy, no pity, and no remorse. I hope you enjoyed this little foray into the lore of some of my favorite franchises. And now I wish you a good day. Take care.